It's the Fat Bee Man, and I'm out here in my garage, and it's a little cold. Have a lot of people talking about spring coming up, wanting to make some queens. Now, I'm going to show you a few techniques that we use up here to teach students different ways. I'm out here in my garage. I got my melting pot here, and this is an old lid here I use for cutting, cleaning, combing, and getting old wax out of frames. I'm going to show you a no-brainer to make some queen cells. For a person who wants a dozen or half a dozen, I've got my melting pot here, and I brought some combing. Now, here's one method here. If this is in a frame, you can see I cut this out, but you can see the bottom, and what I did is cut some triangles in the bottom. Now you got to remember, I've cut this out of a frame, so what I've done is just took this out. Now if you're using a whole frame, just cut some triangles just like this. Stick it down in your hive. This is one way to make some queens. It's easy. Now I'm going to show you another way. A lot of people, I've been around doing a lot of different things here, and I put a lot of stuff up to show you stuff that's easy. There's no easier way to do this. If you took these are inside, so you have to realize these are just for demonstration purposes. You take a frame and lay it down on a lid just like this, and what I done is took a whole frame. Now these don't have eggs in it, but you take and cut you a section 2 inches wide. It's got eggs in it, larvas. You don't even have to worry about different ages. Just get the youngest you can. Take it over and set it into a hive. Now this is inside, but you're going to have to do this in the springtime. And just lay it over and space your frames out. You want at least a finger distance between the frames. Now this piece has eggs and larvae on both sides. Now see, what you're doing is you're putting these cells, they're vertical. Don't even worry about this. The ones that's hanging down, the bees are going to come up, they're going to make some queens. They'll probably make a piece, if you have it the length of the frame, you're probably going to get about 30 to 40 cells. And if you cut 4 or 5 out each time you do this method, you're going to have a whole bunch of nukes, a whole bunch of frames to do. Now what I usually show the students to do, this got bees in it outside, set that frame on, don't worry about clearance, set your lid on and just mash it down. That's going to close your hive up and the bees come up from below. Now this is 2 different methods, and what I'm trying to do is show you this here come out of a Genter system. These 2 different systems coming out, which is a Nicot and a Genter. Now, these are all the little pieces you have to buy. You have to put them on your frame. These 2 systems for a person who wants just a few queens, you're talking $50, $100. 2 different setups, but you're buying all this plastic stuff. It's a lot of investment. Now, here's another way to do it. I'm going to use this old comb here I just showed you, but this technique, what we do, if you want to, you get a bar like this, put your holes in it. You can use a drill press. Now this is a little tool we made, and it's called cell punching. And what you do is just lay your comb down, you take a frame out, it's got eggs in it, larvae, everything, and you heat this up with a torch. This is just a little